All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are live, and the first ball is about to get hit in the fourth place matchup between Mixed Nuts and Big Shots. Loser gets fourth place. Winner moves on, potentially for second or third. You have yourself, Juan Valley, Steve. I don't know why I said my last name. Nonetheless, we're the production guys. We know nothing about pool. For all the listeners, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully, we don't screw anything up as far as pool terminology or...
Oh, I'm sure we will. But we'll be fine.
Yes, we will. We're going to use you guys, the audience, to help us out, answer any questions we have.
That was a great shot.
And fill in some space because we just don't know pool. I know colors, stripes, solids. I'm starting to learn the numbers only because I have a diagram pulled up. And I'm trying to learn as I go.
All right, well, it looks like he's going to hit the 9 ball there. Oh, microphone stopped. He's going to hit the 9 ball there. It's a lot easier to call now since he just put it in the pocket.
Yeah.
So that looks purple. Is that the 12 ball over there? No. It's maroon. 15. On the far top up there, is it?
Which one? Top right? Oh, the very top.
The very top.
It does look like it's Monroe.
Yeah, looks like 15.
I don't have my cheat sheet in front of me to let me know what number that is.
But no, looks like he's going to take the orange 13 ball, or the orange stripe 13 ball.
But everybody tuning in, we are Cincinnati Dart Streaming. As our name says, we are more into streaming darts, but we got asked by the Indiana State pool tournament if we would want to come out and stream the pool tournament. We said, you know what? Why not? We don't know the game. We'll learn it as we go. And we've been talking with some of the pool players here who have been very accommodating to us, letting us know kind of the ins and outs, the basics of the pool. Obviously, we're not going to be able to gain a lot of knowledge in just a couple days span, but we're trying.
It's awesome for us just to meet new people, have a good time. That's what we're all about.
Yes, yes. And if you got any pointers for us, type it in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. One of the suggestions, Steve, that I would like to see added to the pool world, we have it on the dark side, are jerseys. It doesn't necessarily have to be a jersey. It could be a shirt, T-shirt, hoodie, jacket, whatever. I've seen a lot of people wearing jackets here.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of cold. But have jerseys with your name on it so we can identify players because obviously we don't know a lot of the pool players. And
yeah, we need team names.
Yeah.
And your current ranking, Master, A, B. Need your dart or your see, I messed it up anyway. I was gonna say your dart resume. We need your pool resume on your back so that we can identify you when you're playing.
Nice shot there, put in the bottom right corner.
I think that's awesome that he can hit these balls and not move any of the other ones at all. They've all basically been in the same spot.
So I was wondering if on a pool table, here you go, lines up for the next shot. Ooh. Just nicks the corner there. But I was wondering on a pool table, so there's 6 holes. Are like on a ship, you got port side, you got starboard side.
No, I don't think
you got forward and aft.
They don't call it anything like that.
Okay.
Barely
so gets it in.
So I've been listening to a couple of the guys. You know, there's a couple tournaments that are around where they're a one-hole tournament. No matter where the balls are, you got to pick what one hole you're going to shoot them into, and then you have to make all the balls go into that hole.
Ooh.
So that would take a lot of skill to do that. And then one bank tournament where every ball you hit cannot be a straight in ball. Everything has to be a bank. So there's a lot of different pool
variations.
Variations, yeah. We're getting to see one of them here. So that sounds like a lot of fun to see, too.
Awesome. The only thing I know is, like, growing up as a kid, you have I don't know if it was like a square table, but you had the 4 prongs in the middle with the hole in the center.
That's bumper pool.
Oh, I always thought that was fun growing up.
You're going to get a lot of people on the street cussing you in a minute. Way to get them fired up, production team.
shoots it down the rail. Yes, that's a term I learned this weekend. Down the rail. I hope I used it right, but good shot there. Again, thank you to all the followers tuning in right now to the stream. Please, if you don't mind, share the link with your friends, family, fellow pool players. Let them know we're streaming the 2021 Indiana State Pool Tournament.
Man, that was a heck of a
Down's
shot.
the last ball. I don't know. What do you call your last ball? Before the 8 ball. Is that a term? I don't know.
I don't know either. I would just say last ball.
Oh, I didn't see what corner he called. I assumed the top right. I was wrong, but look at that bad boy. Oh, I didn't see what corner he called. I assumed the top right. I was wrong, but look at that bad boy. Great replay there. Steve, you're talking. I don't know if they can hear us while the replay.
So I don't know if he called it off the 11. So if that wasn't a clean, if that was not a clean, he didn't get any points for that, I don't think. Somebody help me there on the stream. We're going to go out and see what the points difference were there. But if he didn't call that off the 11, that's not a good shot, correct?
So we got the score updated at 10-6. One of the things that we learned as we were setting up to stream this was the matches, or at least the team ones, not the singles obviously, but the team event is played on 2 different pool tables. So it makes, for us, scoring a little bit harder because we're obviously watching this table and we don't get to see the other table.
I was asking him why you ran up to get the score. If he didn't call it off the 11, was that a clean 8-ball make? Since he used another ball to go in the pocket, I didn't know if that was a clean win or not. But I guess with 10-6, it was a clean win because it would have been the other way around. It would have been 10-7 because the other guy, So, so I guess it's a clean hit just by the math.
And here we go with the second game of the matchup.
All right, looks like he dropped a solid there. 5, orange ball. Yep. So he dropped the 5 there on the break. So he's got the solid. That's the music. So unfortunately, when he got on the to announce different things, he turned the music up.
Yeah. I don't know how loud it's coming through your guys' end, listener, but it's pretty loud on our end.
Yeah. Turn the jukebox up.
But hey, maybe you get to listen to some good music while you're listening to us talk. And if you send us Venmo, I'll go over to the jukebox, play whatever song you want me to. Just taps it in there.
So Taparooey. That wasn't Tin Cup. What was that?
I have no clue.
Taparooey. It was Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore.
I thought it was tapping in. It could have been both. Who knows?
Honestly, with the jukeboxes, they could probably just get on their phone and pick this and play whatever song they want to hear anyway.
Right.
Fort Wayne, Indiana tournament. I'm not even sure what the jukebox is named. I haven't been on it at all this weekend. I wonder what he was lining up there for. sometimes they line up for their recovery shot, and then some. Yeah, so he's going to shoot the 10 ball down over here. Or just play safe, I guess.
It could have been a mishap. Didn't tap it hard enough. Thought he'd get a more generous roll from that.
No, I think he's more worried about he said they play a lot of defense in this, so I'm sure that was a defensive move. Since the 2-3's lining up as a combo, the 4-6 lining up as a combo, which are none of those are easy shots. And then there's no way he gets a sneak peek on the 1 or the 7 sitting up here, so he's got to do some fine picking to get them balls out of there to make them. See what happens here.
So now I guess I almost wonder if he's going to play a defensive move back to him.
He could. He very well could. I mean, if he wanted to. Oh, no, he's done.
Calling a shot.
He's done called a shot.
All right, putting the blue ball. Blue solid. The number 2 ball.
On the
double tap. He might get it, but the wrong ball.
Yeah. He's going to. Yeah, so I guess it's not ball in hand. I was wondering since he called the shot, but no, because he hit his balls and made one, it's not ball in hand.
But he leaves a clean shot on the orange stripe. I will get my numbers down eventually here, folks, so bear with me.
13.
13. And he nails it right in. I was about to say snail. I don't know why.
12 ball, I do believe.
Purple? Yep, I like the purple one.
Oh, like candy. Didn't
he
even
lines
touch
the
the
next
14.
one right up. Yep.
So it looks like he's going to hit the 14 and come down and hit the 10, leave himself a shot on the 10.
Is 10 the one on the top rail?
Yeah, to the right rail there. Yeah.
So he could go.
Yeah, he could go either way,
yeah.
yeah. But the way he was looking at that angle before he took that shot, he was looking for a spot to leave the cue ball. So now he'll start running down table, leave himself a shot on the.
Oh, nice kick back. Sets himself up in a perfect position here.
So he'll probably try to.
At least to me, it looks like a perfect position.
Yeah. He'll try to run that ball down the rail and pull back a little bit for the. Oh no, I guess he'll run a little forward and put the 11 in the side. That's my guess. Here, lead us a guess. It looks like I was right.
Oh, look at that.
Sets himself up for the 11 in the side.
Straight on center bottom. Is he having doubts? Nope.
Nope, just chalking it up, figuring out what he's going to do with the 8 ball.
I guess it would be smart to think one ball ahead, like in chess.
Yeah.
One move ahead.
Yeah. So he's figuring out what he's going to do. Is he going to run it, pull it back? Does he have a clean shot wherever he gets done with this? So he chose it. He chose it. He's going to be able to get past that 2 ball. Yep. Puts the corner right through there. Get ready on the 8 ball camera instant replay. Ooh.
Look at that beauty.
Camera instant replay.
Look at that beauty. Beautiful shot.
I just wish I knew everybody's name. It'd be easier for me to keep score instead of us. Currently, right now, we got to walk out and get the score, make sure we get it updated. And obviously, that'll give us both tables also. All right, here we go. Another open break there. Didn't look like he made anything. Let me count everything there.
It looks like Mixed Nuts is cleaning house right now. 3 straight wins. And I may or may not be cheating now with my whole diagram pulled up so I can properly name the numbers here instead of the colors. Again, you got Juan and Steve here. We are the production guys of Cincy Dart Streaming. We don't really have a clue of the inner workings of pool. We're trying our best. This is our first streaming of a pool event. I feel like we're doing a fairly good job, and a lot of that is due to you, the audience, helping us out, as well as the pool players here that we've been in contact with, trying to learn more about the game and how we can best present it to you, the viewer, that for those of you who aren't able to attend here, we're at the 2021 Indiana State Pool Tournament at the Grand Wayne Convention Center in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where it is a balming 30-something degrees outside.
That is true. Yeah, recently rained. No, what we're trying to do is make sure we give you guys the right camera angle. Trying to do our best that way to do that. Bring you the instant replay because we think that's cool. You can tell us it's not cool. We'll stop doing it, but
we won't. I won't listen to you. No, I'm just kidding. We definitely appreciate your advice.
Yeah. Just give us whatever feedback, like tell us to mute our mics and hush for the rest of the night. That's what we'll have to do. I may cry about it in the corner, but we'll be all right.
He will cry.
All right.
I'll probably record it and put it up here.
So sunk the 3 ball down there. It looks. Let's see. For me, and again, this is me guessing. I would go 6, maybe 6-1-2.
But while we wait, I do want to say thank you to all the listeners out there right now, all the viewers. If I can ask you to do one thing and one thing only, is to like, share, subscribe to Cincy Dart Streaming.
Ooh,
He's lining up here.
He's lining up on a 2.
Bottom left corner is a success. But if you can do just one thing, like, share, subscribe to Cincy Dart Streaming, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And tonight, if you can share this with your friends, families, fellow teammates, so we can boost our numbers, get the stream out there.
Yeah, get the stream out there.
Because the more we can get eyes on this, the more we can do this. And for you, the more you can watch it. So it's a win-win-win all the way around.
And tomorrow we should have the most of the final events. I know we will have final Masters event for sure.
Yes.
Looks like all the brackets are progressing about the same. I got a local team local team from Cincinnati in the women's bracket who just got down out of they were playing for king seat, so they'll be playing tomorrow also. So
lines it up at the 5, bottom right. Puts her in. Get her in.
Okay, we're going to turn your mic off.
Hey, it's Saturday night. We're about to get wild. We're going to say dumb stuff and make mistakes, but we're going to have fun doing it. But hopefully get the words right.
Yeah, let's get everybody ready to go here. Let's see. Now, can you get that 6 past the 1?
Do you think he's going to try to play it off the 6 and go to the 1?
No, I think he's going to try to hit the 6 and get it past the 1. I don't know. Sneak it into that opening down there. Most of the time you don't try to do a combo, especially that far away, but again, this is why I throw darts, and these guys are in the Masters division. They see things that we don't. he did try to combo.
Came up just shy. So as I'm looking at the pool table here,
Yeah, what would you shoot first?
well, before we get to that,
Oh.
I see the lines from where they break the balls. So on the left-hand side here, you got the top white mark and the bottom right mark in the felt, and then you can faintly see the line that goes to the what do you call it? The triangle? I don't know. Triangle of balls at the beginning. What do you call that?
Racquetball.
The rack of balls at the beginning.
So which one would you shoot? I'll let you go with colors, but which one would you shoot first?
I would probably, if I was him from that position, I'd go to 15. I'm sorry, the 11, top right corner.
All right.
And he may be able to.
That's what he's lining up on.
Look at that! I caught it. I'm a pool savant now. Put me out there, coach.
I'm sure there's a lot of people here who'd like to play you for your first time. Maybe 100 pennies or so.
Now from here though,
Yeah.
the only shot I see, and again I am no pool player, is a 12 down to the bottom right corner. Possibly tap in the 13 to the top right.
I would think the 13 up there that's a pretty hard cut.
I would imagine so.
Since it's sitting on the rail. Since cue ball's on the rail, he couldn't get underneath it to get any English where he want to put it. So he's taking.
Bam! Look at that. I'm 2 for 2 on calling shots here.
You are. Now look where he's at on the 13 ball. So
yeah, right.
Much better situation to pop that one in there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's like.
But I'm also wondering if he could hit the 10 ball down to the bottom left.
I don't know. I think he's going to go 13 and maybe come back for the 14.
I think that would be a good call. Gets her in.
Now, see, you might be able to put the 10 in the side there.
Yeah.
And then after he does that, ride the rail down and put the 15. Yeah, see, so I think he's going to hit that and then try to push the 15 down the rail with the cue and then take the 15. Nice shot.
Oh, right on the corner of the pocket. A beautiful shot.
Nice shot. So he's going to try to run the rail all the way down on the 15 ball now.
Yeah, that was like it to be his only shot.
Oh, I didn't even realize he's still got a 9 ball in there on the 8. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to hope to try to bust that away from there somehow.
Nice, clean, smooth shot into the bottom right corner. Set himself up to hit a straight on with 14. And I don't know. I can't see the side, his angle right now. I don't know if he has a clean shot to put it up into the right upper left-hand corner. It appears that that's what he's doing.
Well, he doesn't want to push that 8 ball, so he's going to
Oh,
look
just
at
shy
that.
of the hole.
Left him a great shot on the 9.
Yes, he did.
Come on back. We'll have to interview you. Come on back. Got a special.
Oh, my man.
We got a special guest walking through the curtain. We're going to put him to work right away so he can't run away. That will be to listen to you, though. Once we tell everybody who you are, they'll all jump on the stream to listen to you talk.
Looks like we're at about 18 right now.
we got Mr. Cody Myers back here with us, going to help us call out a little bit here. Just so you know, anytime you want to see the instant replay, you got the instant replay button right there. We'll call it the Cody Myers instant replay button right now. So you guys are done for the evening, right? Until tomorrow?
Yes. We won the King of the Hill match, so we, I believe we play at 11:30 is the time. The winner of this plays the team we just played, Steamrollers, and then we'll play the winner of that tomorrow.
That's awesome. Looks like Mr. Bubba chimed in there.
Oh, I have the 6.
Did you have our back there to come in here and help us out? Yeah, see, we're at a disadvantage. Like I said, luckily we got to meet you guys on Thursday, so we know your name and Max's name. And but like us dart players, we all have our names on our back top, right? So
Yeah.
we need to buy all you guys jerseys so you guys have your names on your back so we know who's shooting
Yeah.
right now.
I have a couple shirts that has my name on the back. I just recently got sponsored by Cybert's Billiard Supply, so I don't have my name on the back of these shirts yet.
Oh, okay. But yeah, everybody over there, we buy our own shirts, put our names on them, and you know, from the bottom to the top, everybody's got a dart jersey over there.
Yep. Yeah, I've noticed that Ultimate Team Gear is actually, it's the brand of shirt I have on right now, and a lot of the dart players have them on too.
Yeah, Ultimate. We have another one, X1, Flashpoint. He goes to a lot of our tournaments, makes a lot of shirts.
Okay.
He's and I got my jersey over there. Where's that? There it is, right there, the American flag jersey.
Yep.
Sweatshirt I've been wearing all weekend. So.
Looks like he's got a little more angle on this one ball than he would like. Looks like the 8 goes in the side past the 9. He's able to just cut it in that top left-hand corner. Just drag the cue ball a little bit, and he'll probably be okay.
They will take sponsorship.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Nice stroke. Just gonna run a little quick on him.
Yeah, I was
Got
gonna say,
away
ran a
with
little
it.
farther
It's
probably
okay.
than he thought it would, didn't he?
Yeah, they from the time I played the singles on this table Thursday night until now, they changed the cue ball on this table. It's carrying a little longer than it was Thursday night. The table's playing a little different. With that cue ball, the old cue ball is a little heavier. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it won't roll as far on shots like that. Speed control it's just a little different. I wouldn't say it's harder. It's just a little different. So.
I was gonna say I never even thought about that being a problem. So, is there different weight in balls, like different brand manufacturers that are weighted different too?
Yes. The cue ball that's on there right now it's an Aramith ball. The cue ball that was on there Thursday night, it's called, most people they call it a mud ball is how they refer to it, but it's a lot heavier. It's harder to draw the ball and stuff with it, and actually the way it reacts off the object ball is different as well. So with a heavier ball, it can kind of go more through the object ball on cuts and stuff. It actually changes the angle a little bit.
Yeah, see, there's something I didn't even think about. It didn't even pop into my head about different weights of balls or anything like that. Like, you know, we get into darts, you know, there's different grams and weights, different flights that go through the air differently. Some spin, some don't spin, but I never even thought about that.
There's a lot of things with pool, and I'm sure it's the same way with darts, but a lot of things with pool, like how dirty the balls are, how humid it is. It makes the tables play a lot different. When the balls are dirtier, the spin you put on the cue ball actually grabs harder. You get more spin that way. When the balls are cleaner, they kind of they refer to sliding more. So typically when you see like professional matches. Typically, they're playing on newer equipment, balls that are cleaned, a couple times a day and stuff. You see a lot more slide. You're not going to see that as much here at this event. The balls are a little dirtier. The cloth's a little older and stuff like that, so the table's going to play a little different than what you might see on a professional tournament. This is Troy Jones here from Muncie, Indiana. A very good player, very good bank player. Plays all games well.
Yeah, I was just talking to Juan about that. I was telling him, after talking to you guys, there's all bank pockets, or all bank tournaments and
Yep.
one-hole tournaments where you got to put everything into one hole, and I'm like,
Yep, there's a ton. There's a ton of different disciplines for sure. 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, one pocket, bank pool, straight pool. There's so many out there. A lot of people play like 3-cushion, carom. That's more of an overseas game, but we do play it here in the States as well.
so does the cue ball have to hit 3 cushions before it hits the object ball, or does it, after you hit the object ball, it's got to go 3 cushions?
So in 3-cushion, you play on the tables you play on, they actually have no pockets. And there's only 3 balls on the table.
Oh.
So if you're playing someone one-on-one, there's a yellow ball, a white ball, and a red ball. So the yellow ball and the white ball are the cue balls. So I'll have one of the cue balls, you'll have one of the cue balls, and I have to hit both of the other balls and 3 rails, any combination. So I can, I can kick 3 rails and then my ball hit both balls, or I can hit one of the balls and go 3 rails and then hit the other ball. That's how you score a point.
Oh. Wow.
And to win a game, you'll play a race to a certain amount of points.
That sounds difficult.
Yeah, it's probably the toughest game there is, to be honest.
Is there? When you were talking about the color balls, it reminded me of snooker, where I know you got to
Yep.
make a yellow before you can make a red or something like that. I don't remember the rules. I just remember seeing it on TV before.
Yep. Snooker. It's a very difficult game as well.
Aren't there? I think those tables are longer and wider.
Yes. A regulation snooker table is 12 feet long. This table is 7 feet. To give you an idea, they're huge. I've had the luxury of playing on a couple of them. It's looks like an ocean to me. It's so big.
Yeah, you probably can't even see that.
Yeah, it's insane. And also in snooker, the pockets, the cushions on the pockets, they're kind of rounded, which actually makes them play extremely tight. So the pockets are already smaller, but with the rounded corners, if you don't hit the ball exactly clean, it'll just bobble out of the pocket and spit out.
Wow. It just seemed like when you watch those tournaments, they're like, nothing rolls in. They're like cracking, crack,
Yeah.
crack.
Yep.
I guess that's why, because they're tighter, and if they do hit a cushion, they're wanting it to go.
Exactly. Yeah. If it hits a cushion, they don't want to leave it right there by the hole. They want it to kind of spit out and move away from that pocket. Looks like he's got a little work to do here. That 13 and 11 ball. If the 8 wasn't there, he could kind of get on the 13 in the corner where he could just kind of roll it in and shoot the 11 in the opposite corner. The 8's kind of blocking that line. He would need to be on to do that. Might be enough of a window there, but it's going to be a little tight. So close to where the cue ball is now is kind of the line I was talking about. He'd like to be on with that 13 ball. If the 8 wasn't there, he could just kind of roll it in and shoot the 11 up in the top left-hand corner. It's going to be really hard for him to get out from here at this point. Something he might be able to do, he might be able to kind of shoot this 14 in and stop and shoot the 13 off the edge of the 7 into the corner. Try to free up the 11 that way. he can get straight enough on the 13 to maybe go into the 7, it's another option.
Let's see how he does it here.
He's either going to play the carom off that ball, or he's going to shoot it and try to come 3 rails into it or 2 rails into it. Yeah, he tried to shoot it off of it. Let's see if he, obviously if he pocketed the ball, he's got that shot on the 11 there.
Right. Yeah.
It's unfortunately for him, Troy's going to clean these up. I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, I know your guys' level, but you don't get too many redos.
Yeah, when in this division, when you get to the table and the balls are kind of open like they are here, your chances of getting back to the table are pretty slim. I'm not going to say it never happens, but it's slim that it does, especially this deep into the tournament. We've all been playing for a couple days now and gotten used to the atmosphere and stuff, so he if that 8 goes past the 11, he's probably going to shoot the 5 and really shoot either ball here. He's going to shoot the 3. He's going to hit this with a little bit of right-hand spin and just kind of check it to the middle of the table, just like that.
I'll throw it right back. Straight in shot.
Yeah, that tells me the 8 must go past that 11 ball. He got a little straighter. He would have liked to have had a little angle on this 2 ball, where he could kind of either go forward or off the rail, back out to the middle. He drew it all the way back up. Nothing wrong with that. It's a great shot.
Put down here in the bottom right.
Yep.
On our screen. No, I hit it. I hit it twice. Sorry about that. That was my fault. So, thought I hit it 3 times. On our screen there.
That's going to be a 10-5 for mixed nuts there.
Yeah, we're just not sure what happened on the other table. That's why we tried to run out there and get it from you guys.
Yeah, it's always hard to stream the team matches when it's on 2 tables like that. It's hard to really keep up with both tables for sure from in here.
Yeah, we were talking maybe trying to get a tablet or something as you guys are out there to update it, and then we can update it out here.
Yeah,
I just didn't know how annoying that would be to change your system from writing it to.
Yeah, it's really not that bad, especially. In this division, I think they wouldn't mind doing that. It'd be pretty easy for everyone, I think. I've seen a couple different systems like that where we kind of keep score on a tablet and it'll update. Sometimes there's live brackets where you can look at the bracket and kind of tell what the scores are in each match that are currently going. So that's kind of cool.
So are all your pool tournaments you guys go to, are they all in CompuSport or?
No. There's CompuSport. There's something called Digital Pool. That's kind of new to the scene, and it's really taken off. And there's a couple other websites that people use. And then also some tournaments are still kind of paper brackets. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Those are a little more few and far in between nowadays. Everything's mostly virtual now, but.
So see, like in our world, we have like luck of the draws on Fridays and Saturday nights. I don't think you could do that in a bar because most bars probably wouldn't have more than 2 or 3 tables. I mean, do you got to go to a pool hall for that, or?
So they're. Whereabouts are you guys from, like in Cincinnati?
I live around the Liberty area. I live halfway between Cincinnati and Dayton.
Okay, so being in the dart scene, I'm sure you're familiar with Peg's Pub, right?
Yeah,
Sharonville?
since yeah.
Yeah, so there used to be on Saturday nights, there used to be a luck of the draw pool tournament there.
Okay.
And so Peg's Pub's been in 2 different locations, and at both places they would have it on Saturday nights, and they would get from between 40 players to I've seen as many as like 90 there before.
Oh wow! I didn't know you were there. I'd be there playing darts.
Yeah.
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 So I go to Pegs.
Yeah, they're used to. They're not as big on the pool as they used to be, but back in the day when I was a little young, first kind of coming up in the pool world, I played a lot there in that Saturday night tournament. A lot of the really good players from around the city went there all the time. So. What's up, Mark? How you doing, buddy?
So where are you from, actually?
I'm originally from like the Hamilton area, Hamilton Fairfield area.
Oh, okay. So I live in Liberty Township. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
I didn't know you were familiar with that area.
Yeah, very familiar. I went to high school at Lakota West.
Oh.
Yeah, I graduated from Lakota West.
Yeah, that's where my kids go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I was telling people earlier. I was down watching the local girls team that plays. Actually, the lady who would have ran that tournament at Pegs, maybe.
Laura.
They were playing down there.
Yeah.
And I think they were playing for the king seat, so they'll be back tomorrow to play.
Yeah, I believe they fell a little short in that match, I think, but
Yeah.
you know, they have 3rd place secured. So. He's got a chance to get out here. He shoots this one, he can kind of come back and forth. He's going to want to try to fall in that window for that 7 on the side, or shoot the 4 first, and then try to get in that window.
Yeah, I guess it didn't bounce out far enough for him to get up to that 7.
The key to the rack for him is really trying to get on that 7 ball right here. If he's able to kind of draw the cue ball right into that 9 ball, it's probably going to set him pretty good on that 7. You don't want to catch the bottom side of it though. Kind of like that. He wanted to run right into it full. He's going to have to shoot the 3 now.
Thanks, Bubba. I see you putting on there. You guys are going to be in here to help us commentate tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning. Thank you. So you still live in that area now, or?
No, I actually live up in Michigan now. I live right outside of Jackson, so it's about 2 hours from here. But I'm still down in that area pretty often. Actually, my fiance and I were moving back there next year, somewhere in the Dayton or Cincinnati area.
Oh, sounds awesome. Yeah, they were telling me that. I think Bubba was telling me about Michael's, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's.
Yep.
So that's literally 10 minutes from my house down Bypass.
Yep. Michael's, in my opinion, is probably one of the top 5 nicest pool rooms in the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a great place. Michael Medley is the owner there. Really takes care of a lot of the pool players around there and keeps a nice room for us, nice equipment.
Oh. I just know it's close to Acapulco's.
Yeah, that place is awesome. So shoot the 3, and he would really like to go 2 rails and down here, and he could hit this with just a touch of inside and maybe get around that too. Yeah, overcut it a little bit. He actually didn't turn out too terrible for him. He left a shot, but he's got that 11 and 13 pretty tight up there, and not a good way to get to it other than the 9 ball down at the bottom rail.
So would he shoot the 15 or the 10? I thought he would take the 10.
He's going to have to shoot the 15. He's got quite a bit of angle on the 10. He's going to shoot the 15, and he might try and get on the... He might be able to shoot that 10 ball on the side off the 7. It'll kind of help develop those balls maybe, or he could try to get on the 9 here. Yeah, he kind of has his pick here. He's probably going to shoot the 9. He's going to hit this with left-hand spin on the cue ball, and he's going to try to track right up into that 13 ball, into that little cluster there. He's going to try to move those balls and help himself a little bit. So this is a scenario where not a lot of bad things can really happen coming up into these balls. With the 12 ball where it is, if he can come right up into the 13, he's almost guaranteed a shot. If he's able to pocket the ball with this left-hand spin. He only hit the 7. That's a little unfortunate. He really wanted to hit the 13.
Bust that.
Yeah.
Bust the 11 off the rail and get it out of there.
Yeah. I think he might be able to shoot this 13-12 combo. He's elevated over the 2 ball there, the 2 or the 4. Makes for a difficult shot anytime you're elevated. Shoot the 10 up in that top right-hand pocket. He can kind of come toward. What's up, Eric? He's digging himself a little bit of a hole here now. If he gets rid of the 12 ball there, the 13 ball might go in the same pocket. There might be enough of a gap between the 11 and 13 to shoot that ball later. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. It's one of those shots where you kind of got to be down there on the table to really see how much room you have.
Yeah, there's been a couple times I didn't even know they had an angle on it. Looking at it from our, from over top.
He's probably going to try to hit this with some right-hand spin and go 3 rails.
Ooh.
He tried to come back and forth and overcut the ball and scratched. He's probably going to take a loss this game here because of that shot, unfortunately. This is one of those situations where you can kind of shoot either ball first. There's not really a right or a wrong way to play this. You can shoot the 3 and then the 2 in the side. You can shoot the 2 first and then the 3. It's kind of personal preference. Shoot the 3 ball and just draw back just a little bit. Pocket the 8 in the side.
Always gonna have a straight on shot, yeah. I say if he left the cue ball down there, I'd be worried about running it all the way up in the top right up there.
Yeah, depending on the angle. The 13 ball probably would have saved him from scratching, but it all depends on how you shoot the ball for sure. Key to pull is controlling that cue ball. At this level, all these guys are going to consistently make the shots that are only like a medium difficultiness or less. So if you're able to really get that cue ball where you want most of the time, you're not going to shoot anything too difficult. You're not going to see too many missed balls.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was against you guys early or not, but I want to say the man's name was Troy, who jumped the 8 ball or jumped the ball for the 8 ball to put. I'm like,
yeah, that's.
I mean, that's a gutsy call because if he hits it wrong, he could scratch because he didn't have that much real estate to work with.
Yeah, so believe it or not, the shot probably wasn't as difficult as it really looked. I would have been more surprised if he missed it, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, standing out there spectating, I'm like, well, that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That was an awesome shot. Now, I'm not being a pool player, either way, I mean, you controlled it over another ball.
Yeah.
And didn't hit it too hard.
Yeah, he for one, he jumps really good, and that's one of the that's one of the jumps where at this level you don't really worry about too much. Any of these guys in this division would probably been the favorite to make it, but Troy, as good as he jumps, I'd have been really shocked if he did miss it, to be honest. 6 ball on the side.
I had somebody explain to me earlier about how you guys rack it, because, you know, for me it was solid stripe, solid, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in these rules, every league and organization kind of have different rules in place. The rules here, you just have to, the 8 has to be in the middle, and on the back corners you have to have a solid on one corner and a stripe on the other. Other than that, you can kind of have them however you want. Typically, though, people will kind of put like a solid stripe around the rack. So this gentleman's name is Sam Kirby. He is kind of from the same area as Troy Jones, who played on the table a couple games ago. Another really solid player. I'm not too familiar with the guys on big shots, but I'm pretty familiar with most of the guys on mixed nuts, and they're all a really good group of guys and good group of players. These guys have been playing together for a long time, and it shows, man. They really know how to get it done. They know how to win.
You see, I was surprised to hear about how many, how long these teams stay together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The group of guys I'm playing with, I'm actually new to this group of guys, because until I moved up in the area I'm at now, I haven't really ever been able to play with them because we live too far away. Yeah. But the core of that group, they've been playing together for a long time. They've been friends for a long time. So, this is one of the leagues that you're able to play in for a long time and kind of stay together. There's a couple other leagues out there that, with handicaps and stuff involved, you don't really get to stay together for that long. You kind of have to split up and make new teams, unfortunately. So, it's kind of discouraging when you play together for a couple years and then you're kind of made separate and play with new players and whatnot. So. Be kicking with the 13 ball on the side here. Wouldn't surprise me if he made this ball for sure. I bet he comes close.
Nailed it.
It's a great shot. Yeah, he's definitely still got some work to do here though. I'm gonna try to roll his 14 in and fall on that 11 ball on the side. It's a good shot.
Yes, I didn't even see that. I would have thought he would have hit off the top and come over there to hit the 14.
So if he would have to make the ball he shot at in the spin over there, he would have had to hit it with left-hand spin, which is something he, at his level, he's definitely capable of doing. The problem is when you introduce that left-hand spin, it makes pocketing that ball a lot more difficult than you would think. Oh wow, it's a miscue. That can happen when you hit a little too low on the cue ball. Maybe not enough chalk on your tip, or you can put a bad stroke on it sometimes and cause the cue ball to kind of hop like that and miscue. But yeah, so when you introduce the side spin on a shot, there's something called deflection. So basically on a shot like that, if you hit the left side of the cue ball is going to naturally deflect to the right a little bit. So you have to compensate for that. So, if you hit just like center cue ball or straight top or straight bottom, you don't really get that deflection to the side. But when you hit off to the side of the cue ball one way or the other, the cue ball is going to kind of deflect. you have to compensate for that, and it makes those shots just a little more difficult that way.
You guys can go ahead and start.
So if you hit left,
Bracket 3,
you hit your object ball,
singles,
whatever it should be,
going out.
then your cue ball goes to the right
Yes.
after it hits the object ball. That's a deflection.
Yeah, no, it'll be before it hits the object ball.
Okay.
You have to, like if you're gonna hit left-hand spin on the ball, you have to aim at the ball a little thicker
Papers getting sent to the table.
than you would
Papers
just hitting
getting
like
sent
centering.
to the tables.
I don't foresee anything bad happening here. He's probably going to shoot the 7 ball, kind of come off that bottom rail up for the 2.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that ends up just being chalk, that he didn't take a couple seconds to chalk his cue stick to have that missed cue.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Like I said, it could have been him just simply aiming too low at the cue ball. He could have just chalked his cue, actually, and that can still happen if you just aim a little too low, or sometimes you can have a little flaw in your stroke on that shot, and it can cause you to miss cue.
And there's that. He wraps it up like his first day at the office.
Yep.
Cleans it up.
So this match, I'm not sure what's going on the other table, but it's starting to get a little close here.
Also, that was a big shots player who won that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that was a crucial mistake by Sam there. That's a big swing in this format. You know, he was going to win that game like 10-1 or 10-2, I think. Instead, he loses the game. 10-5 or 10-6,
yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah,
That's a big swing there.
Yeah. Miss cue because I'm a hack.
This is Troy Jones back up breaking.
Yeah, so I said it earlier, I assume you guys do your own rack so somebody can't rack them loosely. Is that why?
Yeah, it's pretty typical nowadays for tournaments and stuff to be rack your own. So the old school way was rack for each other. That's typically what you saw everywhere. Now things are changing a little bit. It's more rack your own. It kind of takes some of the arguments out of the game and stuff like that. But with that comes being able to manipulate the rack a little bit. So there's little tips and tricks and things you can do with the rack to kind of help yourself, give yourself a better chance to pocket a ball in the break and stuff like that. So I like the rack your own, and I also don't at the same time, if that makes sense. There's things I like about it and things I don't.
So I guess you could say rack your own, but put them all in this order.
Yeah, it's not as much about the pattern you put them in the rack. It's kind of certain gaps and stuff you can put in the rack that kind of help the balls go in.
All move.
Believe it or not, yeah.
I guess if there's a way, somebody will figure it out to
Yeah, absolutely.
give yourself an advantage.
Absolutely.
But
Yep, toting the rack is another thing too. As Mark Paul.
I got sign-ups for the next mini, Jack and Jack and Jack and Jill. Sign-ups. Jack and Jack, Jack and Jill minis.
I know in the bar scene when you used to do it, you put a quarter underneath the one ball and they couldn't break it. have that lead ball a little higher than the rest of them.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. Didn't even
Troy is.
move the 7.
He really, really wanted to get over there on that 15 ball there. It would have been ideal if he had got all the way over there. He would have been a huge favorite to get out from here. I think he's still the favorite. It's just a little more work to do. What he's going to do here, he's going to shoot this 11 ball in that bottom right-hand corner. He's going to try to leave himself for the 13 over in the corner past the 5 ball to be able to get on that 15 ball. He did pretty well. He can shoot this ball 2 different ways. He can kind of shoot it with low right and go 2 rails toward the center, or he can hit it with some left-hand spin and go 1 rail over, just like that. Oh, he's going to... The cue ball fell a little toward the 2 there. That makes that little bit of elevation. Anytime you have to elevate your cue, it reduces your accuracy a little bit, so it makes the shot a little tougher. You want to never be elevated unless you have to be. He's still the favorite to make this, and he's probably going to be fine. It just makes it a little tougher. That's a great shot. Very nice shot. Oh, wow.
Not like a little triple kissing for a...
Yeah.
So they were calling that a...
Right on
calling this a... Not like a little triple kissing for a...
Yeah.
So they were calling...
If someone dry breaks and you run out, or if you make a ball on the break and then run out, it's considered an ERO in this league.
Yeah, 2 minutes to get there.
EROs are a little more common in this division than most, probably. Typically a little higher caliber of play. Sometimes you might see a match. You know, it's a 25 game format. You might see upwards of 15 EROs sometimes in a match. It can be some of these matches can get really good. It can just be runouts back and forth sometimes.
So that's what ERO stands for, just...
So I've heard it stands for 8 ball run out, and I've heard it stands for earned run out. I'm not sure what the exact term is, to be honest.
Yeah, they posted up there. They called it an ERO on the last when you guys were playing. I asked that question.
Yeah.
I think it happened in one of the games where they ran it out after they broke, and I was like, is there a name for that? Like when we threw 3 bulls, it's called a hat trick. Or,
yep.
I was like, there has to be some terminology for it. And they said, oh, ERO, and I'm like,
ERO. You'll hear a lot of people say like a break and run if you make a ball on the break and then run out. Hi, babe. How are you? That's my fiance in the chat, Chrissy.
Oh, Chrissy.
She's at home with the little one, holding down the fort.
Well, hopefully I get to see more pool, and you said you guys are coming maybe back to the area. I'll have to make it out to one of these local events.
Yeah, there's often tournaments down at Michael's a lot. There was actually one this past weekend. A lot of the top players in the world were there.
Oh.
That sounds great, Andy. I wish that was a little more truthful. But, on the good days, it seems that way sometimes. So, I am a little familiar with the gentleman at the table right now on the Big Shots team. His name's Chucky Clock. He's a solid player. I met him for the first time within the last year. He's from over in this area a little bit. A pretty solid player for sure.
Is that your first little one, you said?
No, I have 3 little girls.
Are you insane?
Man.
3 little girls.
Yeah, when the 3 of them together, it's quite the adventure.
My cousins had 4 girls.
Really?
Yeah, and they lived in a 3-bedroom house. One was a set of twins, and how them 4 girls, they like one bathroom.
Oh,
You know,
man.
they lived in Western Hills, so they had like the one bathroom house, like, you know,
Yep.
old nice wood, you know,
Yep.
beautiful homes. But like, I don't know how you did it. They're all grown now with babies, but yeah. Sounds like they need a pool tournament down there in Disney World so you can get to work and let the kids.
Yeah, no kidding. We got to make that happen. So actually, back in the day, there was a couple tournaments at Kings Island. Believe it or not.
Oh, was there?
Yep. Yep. It was before my time, but I've heard the stories.
We actually used to throw the steel tip tournament there. We used to call it the Spring Fling at the Kings Island Inn, which is where Great Wolf Lodge is now.
Okay.
There used to be a hotel there.
I think that may have been where the pool tournament was. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this was back in like I think the last ones they had were in like the early 2000s, around that time.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we stopped playing the steel tip tournament there. It was in the 90s, I think, when they stopped playing there.
Okay.
Kings Island.
Roscoe, I do not know what the score is. When I came in here, Justin's team was down a little bit, and they were about halfway through. I'm not quite sure where they're at right now.
So since you have 3 little girls, you know the words of this song playing.
This is a Frozen song, yeah.
Yeah.
Let It Go.
I said it to Juan yesterday. He's like, I have no idea. He don't have kids. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, I've heard this one a time or two.
this is a big song.
Also, if they want to turn on the Coco Melon soundtrack, I can just sing every word of those bangers. That's for sure. My daughter loves Coco Melon. My youngest, it's a lot. That's the only thing that's decent about being away from home for a little bit is that I'm not hearing the wheels on the bus go round and round 400 times a day.
I'll tell you what, it don't take them long. As being older,
Yeah.
and they can start talking back, you go back to, you know, wish I could hear those
Yeah.
tunes again. You know, where's Barney at now when I need him?
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's how I feel about my oldest. She just turned 8. And she's
wow.
growing up fast. That was a great shot there.
I got a Jill and Jill mini tournament starting. Jill and
Yeah.
Jill mini tournament.
My
I got
fiance
6
said
spots
Coco
left.
Melon is life. You're not lying. Yeah, actually, I'll show you this picture. She posted on Facebook of my daughter. We have this little recliner for her. It's an actual recliner, and she's watching Coco Melon. She's got her little house slippers on and her milk, and she's just sitting there posted up watching.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm actually, the reason I said that is I'm a big Disney fan. People who know me know that, unfortunately, I've been there 12, 13 times. I went to the 50th.
Oh,
So that was during the 50th. I don't know if you know what that symbol is, but that's from the other one, Moana. Or,
Moana?
yeah, Moana.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the hook.
Yeah, yep.
They made it as a firework.
That's really cool,
I thought that was
yeah.
cool. That was on the October 1st, opening day, 50th.
Chucky, he's got a couple of options here. He can shoot the 11 in the side or the 14 in the corner. His real issue here is finding a way to get position on that 12 ball. It's going to be a tall order. He got a little more on that ball than he really wanted to.
Yeah, see, that's your guys' game changes every stroke. You know, ours is the 20 still at the top of the board. The
Yeah.
bull's still in the center of the board. Now, we may block it with our flight, but it's still there. Your guys' changes, the angle changes. If you hit it too hard, your angle's not there.
Yep. Yeah, there's just so many different things that can happen. There's so many different things that can happen in any game of pool. I tell you what, I've been playing for quite a while now, and I've been in a lot of different situations and stuff, and it still never surprises me that most tournaments I go to, I'm probably going to be in one kind of weird situation where maybe it's a little spot I've never quite been before. I'm trying to, figure out what to do. So it's a game that can't really, I don't know that anyone's ever going to be able to master it. There's just too much to it. There's a couple of guys that probably got it pretty close. It's fun though.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, like on TV and stuff, like the pros and stuff on ESPN or in Vegas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
So Chucky, he's going to shoot this ball in the corner. He's going to try to really draw the ball a lot here and go Yeah, he tried to I think draw 2 rails toward that 12 ball. He overcut the ball. It caused the cue ball to not really do what he was trying to do, and end up missing the ball. So, typically playing 8 ball.
Jack and Jill, bracket 8. Jack and Jill, bracket 8.
In a situation like
It's good
this,
to go out. Table 63 to 66.
when
I have your paper
when you
up
start
here.
running balls
You
like
guys
he
can
did,
grab it.
and you don't get out, you only leave a couple balls on the table, you're at a huge disadvantage to be able to win the game at that point. So, from someone that's not super familiar with pool and whatnot, they might look at this and be like, well, the guy with stripes is, he's winning the game because he's ahead. Yeah. In reality, he's the far underdog to win this game at this point.
No, I was going to ask you that because the 4 to 3 and the 7 are all tied up down there with the. I didn't know if you see the way that he's going to break those out so you can get clean shots on them, or.
So the 4 ball doesn't have to move anywhere. The 3 ball actually doesn't either. If he's able to get the 2 ball out of the way, the 3 ball will go in that side pocket by where his hand just was. Okay. A big rule of thumb to try to live by in this game: you never want to move balls if you don't have to, because sometimes when you move a ball, you might move it to a worse spot than it already was. So, at this level, you really try to not move balls if you don't have to. He's probably, in all reality, he might go for this ball, but it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't just tap the 1 and leave the cue ball right there. Just like that.
So you called it before it happened, huh?
Yeah.
So you can get ball in hand for the,
Yeah, in a perfect world, he would get ball in hand here, and he would be able to kind of position the cue ball to be able to do whatever he wants to do.
So the only thing I see, again, would be 1 rail hitting the 11 ball, just so he doesn't get ball in hand.
So he can definitely do that. The only problem with it is he's not. I don't see a way for him to pocket a ball that way.
Yeah, I just meant touching it so he doesn't.
Yeah. Sometimes giving ball in hand isn't the worst thing in this scenario. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to just kind of pushing the 6 ball up toward the 3 and giving him ball in hand. I think if you kick at the 11, you could come away with a roll, but I don't see anything really productive he could do. He might, looking at it, he might be able to see the edge of the 11, just the edge of it. What he might be able to do, yeah, he's calling it. I kind of like, if I can see that ball, I would like to just hit the edge of it and let the cue ball go to the side rail, kind of hit where that chalk is over there.
Yeah.
And come back toward the 7. I would like to sit on that bottom rail, kind of behind the 7, trying to leave no offensive shot for his opponent to shoot at. He's calling a ball here. I don't see the value in trying to make this ball, even if he can see enough of it to bank it. Yeah, he clipped the 4. That's why. you know, he's trying to bank that ball, and I just didn't see much of a future in it there, even if he made it, because he still got the 12 ball tied up. I would have just tried to glance off that ball, and I would like to leave that ball on the table, because it's not going to do me any good to make it with my other ball tied up,
Right.
and then just try to lay on that bottom rail down there.
So your shot would have been 6 into the 3, and
I either would have done that and just tied those balls up, but since he could obviously see a little bit of the ball, I would have just went off of it and just tried to let the cue ball hit the side rail and come back down to that bottom rail, and kind of lay behind him. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Roscoe. He pointed out if he would have kicked that 11 ball, it's probably something you wouldn't see. But if he were to make contact with the 8 there, it could go off the 12 in that corner. That would be a loss of game for him. So that's another reason you wouldn't really want to kick at that ball. It's not a shot that you can really control the outcome of. So
it's not a high percentage shot.
Exactly. Yeah, and him giving up ball in hand there, he's probably not going to get back to the table. You know, things happen from time to time, but I don't foresee him getting another shot this game. He's probably going to shoot this 5 ball, and then the 1, the 6, the 2, and then the 8. Or at least that would be the pattern I would probably run here. I would shoot this 5 ball. It would just kind of be like a stop shot, and then shoot the 1 ball down in that bottom left-hand corner.
Jack and Jack, board 7 is going to go out. Tables 59 to 62. Jack and Jack, tables 59 to 62 is going out right now.
So there's mini tournaments. What are they, like 10, 20 bucks to get into?
I don't know. I haven't played in any of them. I think they're $10 a person for the doubles, and probably the same if you play the singles. Probably just 10 a person. He's opting to shoot the 2 ball here, which, you know, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is if you were to get the wrong angle on this 6, it could potentially leave a little trouble getting on the 8 ball. Like if you were to get a little straight on the 6 ball, you could find yourself in a little trouble. And he's kind of done that a little bit, I think. I think he'll be okay if he just draws it back, but if he were to leave that 2 ball for last, it would just almost be like a stop shot for him. He couldn't really get a bad angle to get onto the 8, and now he might be okay, but to slide over, but he's probably a little straighter than he really wanted to be. So obviously, you know, he was definitely straight on that balls. He's probably still going to pocket this 8, but it's tougher than it had to be. That's the important part of pattern play and 8 ball. You really want to pick the ball to leave for your lap.
There they are. 109 to 80. Ooh. So what do you call it when you don't make a ball?
Jill and Jill bracket is going
I
out.
call it a dry
Tables
break.
55
Dry break.
through 58. Jill and Jill brackets going out 55 through 58.
So, you know, that
Harold DeAugustine and
dry
McGuire,
breaks
table
dry breaks at
44.
this level in this division, they're critical, especially in this format where each team gets half the breaks. When you're coming up dry on the break, it's a huge advantage for your opponents.
So as a team, do you razz the guy who got a dry break? I mean, are you poking?
Our team does. So I not sure if I hope she's watching for this or hope she's not, but my fiance also plays pool, and she's notorious for never making a ball on the break. And pretty much every time I dry break, I get a, hey, nice break, Chrissy, from at least one of my teammates. So definitely my team, you're going to hear about it if you dry break.
Yeah, I heard some people giving it to you yesterday on the straight-in shot that you
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah, they I'm not allowed to miss too much without them giving me a hard time, that's for sure. But, you know, I don't blame them.
Give it right back to them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I see what you're saying. So a dry break is giving him a chance to,
Yeah.
especially a good crack like that. They're spread out
Absolutely.
everywhere. It's giving him a chance to.
Oh, wow. He may have hooked himself on both balls.
As we speak.
Yeah, the problem there, I'm not sure if he really picked exactly where he wanted to be. It's really important in this game to, you know, before he shot that 15 ball, he really should have went over and kind of really looked exactly where he wanted to get his cue ball. I kind of feel like he just kind of shot it expecting to be able to shoot one of the balls, and it just didn't work out.
Oh, we'll
Made a
make
great
one.
shot there. Now his problem is being able to get position on the 8. He can shoot this in the top left-hand corner and kind of bring the cue ball back in the area where it is right now. Obviously, you're risking the scratch, but you know the 8's makeable from over there. He's able to shoot it in that top right-hand corner. That's what he's going to do. I really like this play. Shooting the ball that way, it almost ensured that he was going to make the 10 ball for sure. And you're giving yourself, even though it's a little bit of a tester on the 8, you're giving yourself that shot. Sometimes you'll see guys, they'll be a little more aggressive on that ball, trying to spin it and get shape for the 8 in the side or something. And oh, wow. Yeah, he definitely just broke his cue. Sometimes you'll see people get a little aggressive and they'll put that spin on it I was talking about earlier, and you'll get that deflection and you'll miss the ball trying to get an easier shot. So even though it didn't work out for him, I really like the way he played it.
What's Eric saying there?
He's referring to a pre-shot routine. So it's, you know, actually something I just talked about was really picking where you wanted to get your cue ball. Felix shot that ball and he didn't really pick where he wanted to get, and he came down and he clipped the 8 and kind of tied the 1 ball up on himself maybe. That's why it's important to really pick where you're going with that cue ball, because if you run into balls you're not really trying to hit, if you don't really pick a spot, you're oftentimes going to end up in the worst spot you could have got. So he's just going to tap the 5 ball here and play safe. He might shoot the 2 ball down in those balls and just kind of leave him behind the 6 ball even, and kind of break the 1 and the 8 out. Kind of like that. So he's got the 2-ball right there that he can move the 8-ball. I
know breaking the
he
cue.
didn't exactly break his cue down. He just broke it.
Also, if you take your cue apart, it's a forfeiture.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a little bit of a disrespectful thing to do to take your cue apart in the middle of a game.
Oh, is
so
it?
yeah, if I see someone doing that, I just consider that as conceding the game, and that's the end of it. It's definitely frowned upon.
After being frustrated, this is a hard shot anyway, right here, right?
Yeah. He if I was him, I would have taken a second to compose myself, but he actually.
What a good leave.
No.
Can he get a shot on the 1, or is he going to go down and hit the 5?
He's gonna shoot the 5. He did honestly about the best he could have done there. It's still probably not going to work out for him, but that was about the best you could ask for in all reality.
I know now why you guys carry a bag full of cues, I guess.
Yeah.
For mishaps like that.
He
We'll
might
call that a hard shot, broke the stick.
Yeah, he might have had an extra shaft, or it might be a new cue. I'm not sure what part broke there. I'm a big believer in not showing that anger and stuff. I know sometimes it's hard to do, but
You get frustrated with yourselves.
oh wow, Felix left himself tough here.
Cody's fan club's coming. Check him out while he's on the stream here. So I guess he's gonna cut that in the upper left-hand corner up there. I mean, that's a pretty good cut. Would you try to bank it, or?
So honestly, from this angle, it's really hard to tell exactly where he's at, if he can cut that ball in or not. I do think it is makeable, but it's really tough. To be honest, I would probably opt for the bank here and try to play a little safe with the cue ball as well. Yeah, he tried to cut it. And he might get away with this, actually. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this the guy he's playing, he's having a rough game here. You know, this is it's definitely frustrating. He's trying to kick at this ball. I think I would just try to play a little safe, but yeah. He's gonna get away with it too. Oh my, this is pretty insane right here. This is kind of cool to see. He's gonna try to bank the 8-ball straight back under him down there in the bottom right hand pocket. He made it if it's got enough gas. I don't know if it's got enough. Wow. Well, man, I appreciate you having me. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat and go get some rest for the finals tomorrow. So.
Alrighty, I appreciate you coming back here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow in the finals.
Yep, no problem. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks. All right, here we go. We obviously are not going to have that great commentating we just had before, but or at least the insight. Unfortunately, we're bringing the other half of the production team back down here to talk. I know. Turn your volume down. They're all going to want Cody back there.
All right, the man's here that knows everything about pool inside and out. That was awesome of Cody to
Yeah, that was great.
donate his time. Very generous of him.
It's like this is.
Podium, please.
He's like, oh, and that worked out for him. That last game was. He said it was fun to watch from back here.
Yeah, that last shot where the ball just dripped into the hole. Very impressive, to say the least. I didn't get to tune in too much. I was doing some work over at the production table.
Oh, that's good. Well, this part of the production team was down here talking about kids and stuff. They told us we had to get back on task.
That's what that comment was about?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, everybody, we thank you for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging out with us all evening. My only request, it's not a big one. 2 things. Like, share, subscribe, either on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. All 3 if you can. That would be amazing. But secondly, and probably more importantly, is right now, share the stream. I know you're probably on Facebook right now. It's where the majority of our viewers are, I do believe. Just hit share and share it with your friends, family, and bonus, if you're part of any billiards or pool Facebook groups, share it in there.
Yeah, we're starting to learn the Facebook groups. We're hoping to try to be a part of them. Again, we're going to have to rebrand our name. We discussed that earlier. Because honestly, we did this because we were asked to do it, but we're having a good time trying to learn it, and hopefully we get to do some more pool. But obviously, we can't do that with our with our name.
Yeah, we set out a few months ago with the intentions of only doing darts. But yeah, I had this great opportunity this weekend here at the Indiana State Pool Tournament in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana, which it was a last minute, or not last minute, they had moved the tournament. It's typically in Indianapolis, but due to issues with hotels, the pandemic, not yada, 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 they moved it to Fort Wayne here at the Grand Wayne Convention Center, which it is a nice, very nice venue. And coincidentally, because of the whole pandemic, both the pool and dart tournament are taking place this very weekend in the same room. We have, I believe, 80 or 82 pool tables. I can't remember what it was, but either 80 pool tables and another 80 dartboards here. Plus, I think we had 3 or 4 vendors. Then we have the bars. So, I mean, it's a packed room. And honestly, it's going really smooth.
Yes, it is. Everybody's getting along. Everybody's staying on their respected sides, talking to each other, you know, meeting each other in the hallway, talking to each other, and having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's been very cordial, which is great. And this is our first venture into pool, as we mentioned, and getting to mingle with the pool players has been honestly a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it is. It's great. And like I said, you know, we met Cody and Max on Thursday, and they've really helped us out. You know, Cody coming back here today, and Max coming back here earlier before his match to talk to us.
Yep. Not to mention Bubba and Pick.
Yeah, Bubba
also
and Pick.
been great assets this weekend.
Yes. So, which they said, by the way, I don't know if you read that they're going to be here at 9 a.m. tomorrow to help us.
Yes.
Help us.
I'm sure the listeners wouldn't mind listening to the pros versus us. But hey, we're doing the best we can, and we appreciate you guys chiming in. Please interact with us on comment. You know, we'd love to have a conversation between you and us, and maybe you can teach us a thing or two as we sit
if you
here.
didn't know, I told you I was a big Disney nut, so I will take Disney questions while I'm here talking about the pool.
I don't know if you heard, but a few songs ago they played Frozen.
Oh, no, we did, because that's what we were talking about. He's got 3 girls, so I knew he knew the song. He's like, yeah, heard it a few times in my house.
Oh, Lord.
But, yes, I probably know more about Disney than I do about pool. That's for sure. But I am learning.
But no, it's been a great weekend, and I think we've been a little blessed here on our side with the production. We've been streaming the Masters team event all weekend, so we've got to see some really great pool. A lot of good players, a lot of good shots, and right now we're seeing mixed nuts versus big shots in a relatively close game.
Yeah.
I believe we're just started the fourth. I don't know what we call them, sets or legs. In darts, we call it legs. Pool, maybe sets, but there's 5 sets. We're in the 4th set. Just started the 4th set, but yeah, very, very close game here.
So technically, what is that? 50. That's technically another 100 points to go then. If we got 2 more sets, 50 and 50.
It's just I think we're on the 2nd leg of the 4th set,
Okay.
so we got about 70 more points that can be dished out. But don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
You know what's really
and honestly, if you'd asked us that Thursday, we would have known. So
No
luckily,
clue.
luckily, we were getting that part of it down anyway. Go ahead.
So the unfortunate thing with pool is versus darts is we have to. It's manual scoring here in the pool side, whereas with the darts, at least with the soft tip, it is scored on the board. So every time a match ends, I have to run over to the scorekeeper, get an update on the score, and run back over here and update it. But every single time, it never ceases to fail. As soon as I look at the score on the sheet, as soon as I take 2 steps away,
You forget
instantly forget. I always have to go back 2 or 3 times to see what that score was.
The only reason I'm laughing is I've done it 3 times tonight myself.
Oh,
It's
man.
like it'd be different if we were drinking. The problem is Diet Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew should not make
Right.
us forget 3 steps away.
All right, I got to pull up my pool ball diagram because I, again, still don't know the colors.
All right.
But hey, I'm learning.
So let's see what he's lining up on here.
I didn't see what he was. Is he stripes or solids?
I got mini setups going again.
Stripes?
Jack and Jill, and then I
looks like
got
he's solids.
Nope, solids, okay.
So he's going to line up on the
2.
2 ball. Yep.
To bottom right corner.
Kiss the 6 up there. I'm not sure.
Did you learn any new terms with Cody that you can pass along?
I have to keep this to myself so that I sound relevant. So I sound cool and you don't. I learned a lot about strategy on where to. It's about where you want to keep your cue ball. Like there's a couple times when he laid out the pool table and they went a different way. He says, "See that's why I would have went that way because it would have left the cue ball on that side of the table, which would have gave me a better angle." He says it's not that he can't make it, and he did make it. He says he just got to work a little harder at it if he would have left it on that side, and I see that strategy. Scoring should be easy. Got it.
Yeah, we got that part down, Brent. Thanks for that. When we first came here on Thursday, and they tried explaining that to us, we both had a dumbfounded look on our face, like,
It's called a
what?
deer in the headlight look. We both had a
Yes.
deer headlight look, like, okay, 1, 2, 3. No, and then the 8, or 1, 2, 1 per ball and 3 for the 8, and then the other
Yes.
team, like, hold on here. And then we can have 200 points. Oh, hold on here.
And then
So-
you can be mathematically eliminated if you don't, if it's impossible, which I'm still trying to find out where that line is. Like, how do you know? I guess it's
so the number
probably
of games,
nearly impossible.
well, number of games times 10. If they can't catch up, they can't
Right.
catch up. So
But no, it's been a fun learning experience. And then just all the small, intricate rules with every pool tournament, league, association. They're just little, I'll call them quirks about what rules apply. Like no coaching, for example. And I saw somebody in the comments earlier say something about breaking down your cue during match can be a forfeit.
you didn't see what happened.
No.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. But yeah,
Because
just-
it wasn't that. It was, yeah, we'll just let it go.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later. So, yeah, it was a great shot. He didn't leave me much of a leave there. Not from what I can see. Laying up against the 10. Not sure where he's going to put it.
Amy and Edie for the Jill and Jill. Table 57, please. Edie and Amy. Table 57, please. Mini tournament.
All right, looks like he's going to take a safety shot there. Let's see. I can't tell if he can look at the 6 ball past the 14 ball or not.
It looks like a tough call from our angle.
I mean, I know he can hit the 7. I just don't know what he can do with it. Oh, he can possibly come off one rail there.
It'll be interesting to see how he plays this one out. Although with 2 to 7 balls on the table, he can probably play it safe. This shot. Oh. Misses everything. Puts it right back nearly where it was.
Ball in
Jack
it.
and Joe with 3 spots.
All right, dumb question coming up here, folks. I'm assuming since he didn't touch any ball,
Any of his balls.
any of his balls,
Yes.
he gets ball in hand.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Good call, Bubba. And part of that, Brent, too, with the scoring, yes, is the team events they're being played on 2 boards. Or 2 tables, sorry. 2 tables.
Wrong
And
sport, bud.
so we can't sit here on the production table and as we're watching stream score it. We have to go out and get updates from the scorekeeper. So it makes it slightly harder from our perspective to be able to do all that. But, no, it's still awesome. But, yeah, great call out on that one, Bubba.
Let's get contact with the object ball.
Thanks for the explanation. I will try to remember that for next time.
You need to take a picture of that so you can remember it.
Yes.
I'm not playing. Get your cell phone out. You hear. All right. What's he going to line up on the 9? I guess he can always move it till he hits it, I guess.
Yeah.
No, he's.
Although
Is he going to try?
I think for this shot, go to 14.
I don't know.
To me, that
I mean,
seems
the
logical.
14, he would be standing on the top half of the thing. He's going to try
No.
a combo straight down.
I guess he could tap the 11 down to the center bottom.
No, he's going to hit the 11, 13
No.
all the way down.
Ooh.
I just don't know why he tried a combo from the beginning and not pocket balls. Oh, well.
Interesting choice, but I'm sure there was a logical reasoning behind that.
Again, he's a master pool player, and I play C-level darts. So there we go. Oh, no, this is going to be a good shot. If he can get that 7 out.
Okay, Brent. Okay. Thanks.
I got
Thanks.
2
That
openings
makes
left
sense
for this
there.
9
That last
ball.
part on Bubba's comment was a little confusing to me, but the explanation that you had there
And
makes
here comes
sense.
Bubba. So on this one here, I would think he'd double kiss, but I guess he's going to be able to lay it over there. I guess he can get around it without touching the 12. Yep, he did. Okay, clean shot. Oh, wow, that's gonna hurt him later, maybe.
Nice tap in.
It's going all the way down, top right up there on the 8. Since I took the going all the way down, top right up there on the 8. Put that ball in like it had eyes.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you
All right.
what, I'll run.
Are you running good scores?
I'll run. You can sit there.
Okay. Again, just to reiterate, folks, 2 non-pool players here, just trying to keep you guys entertained as you guys are watching here. So we appreciate and value all the knowledge you're passing along to us, and then hopefully, hey, you never know, we may one day be here in the pool tournament. You never know. But no, yeah, it's been a fun evening watching these guys play and learning as much as we possibly can. Yes, we are ready, Bubba. We're ready for you to you and Pick to bring the fire and drop some knowledge onto common folk like us, and then also to do your thing on the mics with all your friends and fellow pool players. But as we wait for him to break the rack, just want to say thank you guys all for tuning in. And if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe to Cincy Dart Streaming, and share the stream. Let's bump these numbers up. Let's get them up. And Chris Hale with some very colorful language. But he's apparently a fan of mixed nuts, which they're definitely in the lead. And it looks like, from my knowledge, they will probably take the game. But as with any sport, you never know. It's not over till the fat lady sings or the last 8 ball goes in the pocket. With practice comes perfection there, Bubba. One day you can be on the stream here with the master players. And so he's thinking about his next shot here. Eyeing what he's going to do. Doesn't look like he has too many options to pick from. And as I'm learning, I'm guessing he's not only contemplating his next move, but where the cue ball will land after the shot and setting himself up for the next one.
Singles 9 ball is going to go out for the minis. Bracket 10, tables 69.
So in tournament mode like this, is there a time limit? Like, can the opponents say something to him like, hey, you're taking too much time, let's hurry it up? Or is it kind of just like, go with the flow? And he sinks in the 5 ball. I do believe it was the 5. My oranges and reds are kind of running closely together on the solids. Thanks, Mark. So is there like a kind of like not a hard limit, but kind of like 3 minutes or 6 minutes? Like where do you kind of draw that line at? Lining up for the 6 ball. And he sinks it in. Good call. Thanks, Aaron. You know what? As I'm sitting here watching the stream, I feel like the minute seems like forever. But I guess when you're out there, like minutes, like this last shot was probably only 40 seconds, 30 seconds, but it felt like minutes to me. Sinks in the last shot, no problem. Lining up the 2 ball, top right corner. Banks it off the corner right in. Oh, I am hearing that it is mathematically over and Mixed Nuts officially gets the game. And I see the players wrapping up now.
It's 170 to 119, I think.
170 to 119 is what I'm hearing is the official score. So that, folks, does it for this match. Mixed Nuts moving on. Big Shot takes 4th place in the Masters team event here at the 2021 Indiana State Pool Tournament. Or as I have been told, it's the IAMOA for short. But it's been a great evening of pool. That is it for us here. There's going to be no more pool matches in the Masters team event, and we are going to cut it off for the evening. But we will be back here bright and early, 9 a.m. I believe we'll be looking at the match for the 2nd and 3rd place in the Masters team event, if I'm not mistaken. And then go follow the rest of the Masters event from there, and then maybe pick up another match here too if we can, if time allows. That's all going to be dependent on the matches, of course. But we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in tonight and all day, and hopefully all weekend. And join Bubba and Pig tomorrow as they hop on the mics and lay down their vocals for you guys. Thanks. Yes, Steamrollers versus McNuts. Mixed Nuts at 9 a.m. Again, please make sure you follow us, like, share on Facebook. That way, when we go live tomorrow morning, you get the notification on your Facebook that we're live. That way, you can tune in and see Steamrollers taking on Mixed Nuts. And as always, love, appreciate, and thank you guys.